All right. Welcome again to Military Guna TV, people. Guys, we're gonna. Oh, well, first thing first. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night. Depends on the time period that you're watching, or even if you're watching on the rewatch. We'll have a smart show. This is a very very smart show we're gonna have today. We're gonna put away any bias. We're gonna put away any bias because I'm here now with the stats. I have the stats because I've watched the game. I've divulged into the into the statistical element of his gameplay, movements, and all those things. So today we'll be analyzing Ravel Morrison performance against the U-24 team. Hopefully, you guys can stick with me, and we'll run through a lot of the things that I know you guys would want to discuss. But it goes to show that we have a lot of things to discuss, people, and stick with me, people, and we'll run through it. But before you do anything, people, smash the like button. I want you guys to smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and I would advise you, share the content, hit that share button, and send it to your Twitter or your Facebook account, and let people see the content, because we're going to go down into some stats. As you guys can see, I have all the things written down here. Passing stats, possession stats, movement, and all those type of things. But we're going to go straight into some of those things. Big up, people, everyone who's in the chat early. Make sure you guys are smashing the like button. I would really do appreciate it. So let me run through some of the comments and see what you guys are saying. Jamie Ricketts said, we are here. Big up Jamie Ricketts. Karim Grant, I want to hear this because I think him did get sub off. Photos of Jamaica, he did as well as he could and have done based on the circumstance. Chris Smith said, up military, big up. Rajan Williams said, today I think the Gold Cup squad are come out. That's what I heard. No. Well, want to see who got picked in at the side. JPS said the professional squad gonna be dropped. Not sure as yet. JPS. And photos of Jamaica said with there. Andrew said, up military, big up. So guys, heard naughty. Everyone is in the house. My start 11 for Gold Cup. We'll be getting to that. There's no need to rush. There's no need to rush, Ednati. Andrew Iron said, aliens, big up, Jairus. Big up, Marlon. Big up, Marlon. Marlon, did you never see the stream early, bro? You never see the stream early. More people, thank you. Smash the like button, people. I'm going to go into Ravel's performance. Now, first thing first, let me run through the stats that I have here. So, Ravel had a total of 50 touches. 50 touches in the game. 50 touches of the in the game. Yeah, he made a complete total of 40 passes. Completing the game with a 92 passing accuracy. 92 passing accuracy. He completed the game with 92 passing accuracy. 50 touches, 40 completed 40 passes, finishing the game with a 92% passing accuracy. And for an high intensity game, I think that was relatively a good amount. Now, let's look into some deeper factors of the game. We also have, let me see. We also have pass to the side, sideways passing, forward passing, passing to the final third, passing to other midfielders, and chance created. So these are all the things that would be factoring. Let me run through a few of the comments in the meantime. I don't think I'll make the show a long one. I'll run through it. So Rajan said, big up military, big up K Central Gaming, big up at them. Owen said, what is this hearing about division being in the squad? We will address that as well. JP said, Owen, the local corpsman, them don't rate the English players. We're going to go into some of those things, people, and definitely we'll have to drop into a lot of that aspect of what's going on with the squad. So let's get back to where we are and what we want to work on. So I want to look at the players. Melvin Levy said aliens Melvin. So I put out a few pictures of I've taken a few shots basically of the game and positioning of the game. You guys know this is the tactical area of the game. That's some of the things. Guys, remember to smash the like button. Remember to smash the like button. I'm 4 minutes in. Hopefully, you guys hit the like button. Guys, make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're smashing the like button. All right, so let me bring down to the page. As you guys can see, the first picture that I'll be putting up is actually my thumbnail. It's literally my thumbnail. It's the first picture that I use for the thumbnail. There's a particular reason why I did that. No, this picture explain everything that went on in the game. This picture explained everything that went on in the game. That is Ravel Morrison dribbling with the ball with no support. As you guys can see, the question mark support. There were no support at this particular time in the game. None whatsoever. No. Thing about I want to ask is I initially said that Ravel Morrison was non-existent in the game. When I rewatched the game and then I rewatched his highlights, I realized that I was really maybe over the top with my remarks, but in the same sense, the team didn't put in a good performance. So it makes no sense to laud one specific person, and the team in general didn't put on a positive game. Now let's look at this now. As you guys can see, that there that you're looking at is actually Ravel. That is Ravel's positioning on the pitch. If you guys should look, I made 3 arrows. Let me use the next picture. The one that is not so crowded. No, it's not that picture. That's not the picture I want to use. Okay, so as you guys can see, I took quite a lot of pictures of what's happening. Now, this is Ravel Morrison, right? Right here we have Mariappa. We have Speedy right here, but no Lambert. We had Bell at left back. Now, if you should take a more in-depth look at that, I circled Ravel Morrison and write CDM under Ravel Morrison positioning, because what I'm highlighting to you guys here is that he's playing in the CDM position. Now, in the gap that you see, I write Ravel Morrison in that area. That is where Ravel Morrison should be, in that area. No, we were playing a none. The players weren't playing in their rightful position. So 90% of the time, his passes were backwards. Now let me check out. I have here 20 of Ravel. It was 90. My bad. 20 of Ravel's passes were backward passes. Recycling of possession. You cannot go against that. That is recycling of possession. But let me show you his heat map. Let me guys show you his heat map. Be mindful, guys. This heat map was actually this heat map was done by me. This heat map was done, so it's not 100% accurate. It's not 100% accurate. So this is the heat map right here. Now, as you guys can see, he had to come so deep for most of the position that he sustained. Then he would go to the left-hand side of the pitch. Now, that is where I think when Ravel is coming this deep, it tells me that the CDMs, the central defensive midfielders, the double pivot, are not doing their work. And they have to allow Ravel to come deep for possession, and it forces him out of his natural position in which he would have actually affect the game. Now, he looks really smooth coming forward. Now, because at the end of the day, you have to respect someone who finish a game with a 92% passing accuracy. You have to respect that. It means that he was clean and tight with his passing. Now, let me run through a few more of his stats. So passes in the final third, he made 9 passes inside of the final third. Passes to the side to the side of the pitch, which is rather to the left side or the right side, respectively, he had 8 passes. Now, forward passes, he made 9 forward passes in advanced position. 9 forward passes in advanced position. That could have come from something, but the quality persons that he was passing the ball to actually let him down. Now, let's go now. Passes, not much passes to his midfield compatriots, not much passes at all. He made 4 tackles, which is relatively good in accordance to the game. He made 2 recoveries. The 2 recoveries was at a 50%. He won one of those and he didn't win the other. He made 4 tackles with a 60% completion tackle rate, which is good as well. We have to be honest. I'm being honest here, people. This is the stat, because remember, guys, I'm doing an analytical course right now at the moment. So this is where I learned how to get at these stats and get these. You guys, I had to rewatch the game to get all of these stats. No, he committed 2 fouls and he was fouled 5 times. He was fouled 5 times. No, he made 3 passes to the keeper. 3 passes to the keeper, in which you all know that they were pressing us really, really high. So these are the stats that I give you guys, and let me run back through it. He had a total of 50 touches, the most touch of any player on our team. Completing also the game with the highest passing percentile for our team as well. So I'm giving his ratings for that. We have to do that, people. We cannot be biased and say that he was non-existent. The team in itself was non-existent. So 50 touches, 40 passes completed, at a 92 passing accuracy. Also, he completed 9 passes in the final third, 8 sideways passes, and 9 forward passes in dangerous areas. In total, no big chances created, though, in which something that everyone was actually looking for. No big chances created. Recoveries, he made 2 recoveries, and 1 was completed at 100%. He got fouled 5 times, made 3 passes to the keeper, lost possession 3 times, and that's good. Now, these are Ravel Morrison's stats for the game, and if you should give stats ratings for this is actually a very, very high rating for very high rating and a statistical element. Now, let's move away from the stats of the game and go to the eye test. Now, the eye test will show that based off his positioning, those red areas that you're looking at, that is his average positioning on the pitch. You can also see a part of the pitch, but he was literally providing a left back support for the wing back. Actually, he was providing a lot of his players was actually built up between him and Amari Bell. A lot of the plays were built up between both him and Amari Bell, and that's something for a food for thought. Definitely a food for thought. Then there are also other issues. Now, it is telling me that, for me, this is telling me that the central midfield pivot that we had, they weren't doing their work. And if the central defensive midfielders are not doing their work, it means that the person who was the highest touch on the field, which is Ravel Morrison, would definitely have to come deep to pick up the ball. Look here on this other picture right here that you guys are going to see. I wanted to take notice of the position that it's holding on the pitch. So this is where I'm saying that he should be. So we're seeing the name is in I'm actually saying that he should be. Now we have Mariappa. We have Mariappa. Then Amar Bell would be on right here. No, if Ravel Morrison have to come this deep for the ball, it means that our central defensive midfielder, I think this is Lambert right here, our central defensive midfielder are not doing their work. They are not doing their work. They weren't doing their work. They just wasn't doing their work. No, they vacate the midfield. When they vacate the midfield, I do have another picture. Let me see if I can find that picture. When they vacate the midfield, it caused a lot of problem. I'm going to show you guys a picture. This was actually late inside of the game. Exactly, this is it. This was actually late inside of the game. This was like around the 70 minutes of the game. Now, if you guys should have a look right here, look at the position where I marked CDM. Look at the position where I marked CDM. That you see Ravel Morrison driving through the center of the park, that should have been one of the CDM's work. That should have been one of the CDM's duty. And where you see the mark, I marked CDM's right here. So Ravel Morrison went back this deep to drive forward with the pass. There was no CDM in the position to pick up the ball for support. So literally he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players covering. No one for support. No one for support. We have to show respect for what we're doing here. That is the reason why I have to bring across with this. No, I'm not saying that he had the best game. Also, I can tell you guys that there's flaw to what he done in the game, despite his stats look really, really good. No, the mere fact that he was coming consistently so deep, as I showed you guys from the heat map, the mere fact that he was coming so consistently deep, as I showed you guys from the heat map, he was literally playing a left back position. He was literally playing in the left back position. That is what I'm talking about. He was literally playing in left back position, people. So, not saying that he had the best game based off stats, but I'm also being realistic to the fact that he didn't have much support in the midfield, so he had to do extra work. He had to do extra work more than what was required. So on a statistical basis and the statistical element of the game, this definitely was a good game for Ravel on stats. But on the eye test, we have to give and take with the eye test because he consistently moved out of position, coming in deep to pick up the ball, literally at the left back position. As you guys can see from the heat map, look where they see the Reggae Boyz flag. As you can see the Reggae Boy flag. Look at the logo, I should say. You can see that heat map. Those are the red areas, the red patches are Ravel's most dominant touches. And the dark red area is actually where Ravel had his most touch. So we have to pay respect to that. These are stats and these are facts that we cannot look past, and we have to respect these stats. Now, we had a few more touches over the pitch in which he get himself in attacking position. Now, let's be honest. These are not the areas that we want Ravel Morrison to come so deep to pick up the ball. We need someone to do that job. We need a central defensive midfielder to do that job. Quite amount of times I see Ravel Morrison in between both defenders where the central defensive midfielder should have been. Let me bring up the tactics board so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let me bring up the tactical board so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm bringing up the tactical board, people. So don't worry about it. I'm bringing up the tactical board, and I'm not here to always beat players. I'm not here to always beat JFF. I'm going to give JFF their laud when they deserve it, and I'm also going to give Ravel Morrison his due respect when he deserves it. A 90 completing a game like this with such high press, completing the game with a 92 passing accuracy is not something that is quite easy. Yes, there's a lot of safe passes because he completed 20 backward passes. We have to respect that. But in the same sense, those backward passes are actually for us to keep the rotation and recycling of possession. One of the things is I realized rewatching the game, he was very, very frustrated with the central midfielders and also the attackers. I'm not sure if anyone saw when he was getting at Javon East. He also got at Blair Turgot, and he also got at speed inside of the midfield area. Because the ball wasn't reaching him when he wanted it to. The ball wasn't reaching the midfielders or the attackers quickly enough. Too much players taking 1, 2, 3, or 4 heavy touches, and he was definitely really, really upset about that. And in a game like this, based off the intensity, one of the things that I realized that he's doing a lot of 1 and 2 touches, 1 touch pass, 1 touch, 1 and 1 2. He keeps it moving. As I said, I'm going to give him his due respect where that is due. Let me bring up the tactics board. I'm going to bring up the tactics board, people. I also want to speak about it's coming up. I also have something else to speak about, so I'm bringing up the tactics board. It's coming up, people. I'm bringing up the tactics board. So bear with me, people. All right, so the tactical board is up now, guys. The tactical board is up now, guys. So let's have a more in-depth look on what I was saying earlier. Let's have a more in-depth look at what I was saying earlier. So I'm going to set up the Reggae Boyz team. So we are in the yellow, right? The Reggae Boyz are in the yellow. I'm going to show you what was happening. So we had our right back. We were playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. So this is how we set out. So I'm going to use Ravel as the number 10 because typically that was the position that he was playing. So I'm going to use Ravel as the number 10. I want you guys to have a good look. I want, yeah, okay. So I'm enlarging the screen, guys. Stupid app. So guys, this is our setup. So let me run through a few of the comments before I get exactly more in-depth into the tactics of the game. Let me run through a few of the comments before I get more in-depth. Let's look at the comments, people. Let's run through a few of the comments so you guys can see what I'm talking about before I get more in-depth into the tactics of the game. All right, so Melvin Levy said, Hailings military. Big up, Melvin. JP said, been seeing that from long time, even when Rene was coaching for the 98th World Cup. Owen said, JPS meaning they don't have, they are quality. Okay. They don't have, they think they are quality. Owen said, I'm not certain what the deal is at the moment. AA said, big up Jamaica, big up AA, Triple A. Get the likes of people. Guys, come on. Come on. Reggae Boyz Gold Cup provisional squad, max 60 players, will be published on June 18 with final 23-man squad selected from provisional list and published on July 1. That was said by the okay, so it's a few more days from now, right? I think he doesn't have a switch of play. I'm not saying that still. Local player sucks. They got a chance in Nation League, and at this point, they're not good enough. Wayne Carnegie, they're going hard, Wayne. Luton Fire said, every panel have to talk about Ravel. Think by now we could stop talking about Ravel. No, Luton, I'm not here to disrespect players. Because I'm here to actually analyze players. I'm actually analyzing the player. Big up from Michael Woodburn. Melvin said, all of them are Jamaican indeed, but the local players should stay home. They are not ready. Guys, I came into a bit of spat with someone on Facebook. I'm going to show you his comments, and I won't be able to show off all of his comments because it was really, really disrespectful because he doesn't reason with people. Upguna Kevin Reed said, Kevin Reed, photos of Jamaicans. Imagine having all these stats despite being consistently hounded by players who have seemingly limitless energy reserve. That's harsh. Good at military stats don't lie. Take the emotions out of it. Luton Fire said, this man game can be important for our team. I think it will be critical. It definitely will be critical. Devanson said, blessed military. Owen said, DJ would have helped him out. Actually, I do. Ricardo Robinson, for a player who has not been active, is levels above players playing regularly. Guys, remember to smash the like button. Remember to smash the like button, people. Luton Fire said, the Saudi team is good with the addition of more. Low, Casey Palmer, Pinnock, Arden and Gray, believe me. All right, so let's let's look at the tactical aspect of the game now, people. Now, this is what happened. I'm not sure if most of you know, but this is what happened. Now, the Japanese team, they do a lot of overloading on either wing. So they overload down on West Harding side and they overload on either side. So they would commit numbers. They would commit numbers in the channels and utilize the channels. This is what they do. This is what they do. They overload in numbers. They would leave 3 defenders to press high. So they utilize their pace. They have a lot of pace, so they utilize their pace. So these are what they do. These are the things that the Japanese they do. So if the ball is a switch play, let me use the ball. This is the ball, right? So if the ball is a switch play, so they have the ball in this area. If the ball is a switch play, they would swing numbers over to that side and vacate the next side because they want to overload and create an overload on either player. So they play 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch, and try to open the midfield. But our problem is this: when the ball is here, right? When the ball is here, I don't know why Theodore Whitmore don't I don't know why Theodore Whitmore didn't recognize this. Coach, when the ball is at the left back, when the ball is at the left back, I can't remember their name, people. I cannot remember them. This is what happened. Out of our position to engage in the first tackle, because that is something that we love to do. We love to be we try to use aggression rather than our head. That's what we do. We try to use aggression. So we try to press that one individual, not knowing that these guys are well drilled, extremely well drilled. So we commit numbers to press them. So we have 2 players trying to press. The number 8 to do a half press in between midfielder and defender, and then you will do a half press here in between midfielder and the next. The ball is here. He swings it back to the defender. This guy in the central area here would come deep. Then you will press here, and he swings it back right here. Then no, this player will be out of play. This player will be out of play, and there'll be a massive gap through the midfield here. So this player will have all the time in the world, and then it will be a 3v1. It will be a 3v1 right in this position. It will be a 3v1 right here. It will be a 3v1 right here. And these are some of the issues. These are some of the issues that we had. We were passing the ball 2, make 1-touch passes. We didn't try to get in the dangerous areas as fast as possible. The Japan team, they maneuver very smoothly across the pitch, and they move the ball extremely fast, extremely fast. Now, look at this now, people. When we are in possession and the Japan defenders drop off, because they're not fast, right? They're not so fast, but they drop off, but they don't drop off extremely deep in their own half. That they don't even like to enter in the 18-yard box. They don't enter into their 18-yard box. So they drop off and combust the central areas. They drop off and combust the central areas. That is what they do. Let me show you what we are doing. Because they do that, they left players inside of the channels. So we have Javon East working the central defenders. Blair Turgot on the wing. Ravel Morrison will come in this particular area. So they would be pressing to receive the ball, to retrieve the ball, I would say. So if we should have the ball right here. So Mariappa has the ball. Mariappa has the ball. And we want to go into the advanced position. We had Speedy. We had Lambert. We had Speedy and Lambert in this area. Now, this is where we go wrong. Ravel Morrison would vacate his area, in which Ravel Morrison should be right in this area here. This is the area that Ravel Morrison should be. But he would vacate the area because the ball is not reaching to him, and he's a high touch player. He wants to go where the ball is at. He would vacate that area and come to the left half space You would come to the left half space where we have Amari Bell and Kamal Malcolm. I should have said Kamal Malcolm. Blair Turgot over on the right hand side. Kamal Malcolm. So this is what Ravel would do. Come pick up the ball from Tilt and Mariappa. But this is the problem now. Right here, the CDM should not press. But instead of not pressing, he went ahead with the press, and we have both CDM in the attacking third. We have both CDM in the attacking third, but one should actually fill the gap right here. One should remain right here. I would try to overload in the central area. So Ravel will pick up the ball. Ravel would have the ball, and it will dribble to the line. To the line. Now what should have happened? If Ravel is going to the line, Kevin Lambert, he does it a few times, but he was not consistent enough, would actually come right here. Speedy would actually come and fill the gap in the midfield area. Because the ball is over on the left-hand side, this is the perfect opportunity for West Arden to go a bit deeper inside of the midfield area there, and also Blair Turgot to come across as well, creating an overload on either side. So that is what we should have been doing. We should have been creating overload on either side. We should be creating overload on either side. But Speedy and Lambert, they were out of position most of the time. Even in the same sense, Ravel Morrison came out of position just the same because he wanted to get on the ball. So moving on next time, we should not play Ravel Morrison anywhere in the number 10 position. Marlon did say that because Ravel Morrison wants to be on the ball. He wants to dictate the game. It's a must that he played in the number 8 position, or that's literally beside the CDM. Let me run through a few more of the comments. Devon Williams said there, make Ravel look not good on the field. My chance said the team will only get better with honesty, organization, and accountability. Keep fight. Big up my chan. Mark Chima said Ravel is quality, just need some good players around him. Owen said I honestly don't see Tapa doing in-game coaching or make adjustment. Remember, no, it wasn't Tapa was there against the Japan team. He was actually assistant coach. One of the problems that I see with the team is that we cannot solve. We can't solve. We cannot. I don't see why we cannot solve our own issues on the pitch. We can solve our own issues on the pitch. We had issues on the pitch, and we didn't solve them. We had a lot of issues on the pitch, and we didn't solve them. That we didn't solve the issues. Javon says, if Speedy was passing the ball, we could have won. The Japanese team, that team that we feel on the day, the Japanese team is better than our team. It was better than our team, that team that we feel. Gerald says, Speedy and Lambert, no good. That's harsh, bro. Khalid said, A military. Big up, Khalid. Thank you for coming in. Owen said, Gerald, I second, third, and fourth that sentiment, that statement. I thought these issues the assistant was the one that I should have seen these issues, that the midfielders were actually being outplayed and outmaneuvered because we're trying to use too much physicality. Jairus 90, we got 6 from Mexico. Reno Samoas came out publicly and said he needs to get over the line. I have something else I want to address. I'll be addressing it soon, people. Because he's a local coach, he's trying to bring through some locals, but it's not working. And we all see that from the Nation League. That's from Melvin. Owen said, Rav isn't at 10 at this stage of his career. We're gonna have to put Ravel a bit deeper. How are you going to create any overload? You need to get on the ball. No, the thing is, you need to get on the ball. Remember, that is the thing. The Japanese were creating overload. You create overload when you have possession. You cannot create overload when you don't have the ball. The thing is, the Japanese team, whenever they have the ball, they switch play and they overload on each side that they have the ball on. They overload on each side they have the ball on. Jero said that when Paul Hall and Fitzroy Sims came, the first game was against Cuba. Paul Hall scored 2 goals in the game. In the interview, Rene Simoy said that that is why to go, you see, that is the way to go. Could you see the changes? Okay. Karim said so the assistant coach could not see the issues military. I don't know. I don't know, Karim. Honestly, I'm not sure. Barnett said, big up, bro, top analyst. No, I'm just trying to think, bro. Karim said, what you explained in, you think coaching staff know what to do? Of course, Karim. The coaching staff, they do know what to do. I cannot see anything else. But that is the reason why Ravel people actually be in this area. Let me get something to mark the area. Let me use something to mark the area. This is Ravel's Eat My people. This is Ravel Eat Map as I showed to you guys earlier. He had a few touches in this area. In this area as well. Bring across the play. And then now when you're on this side. So this is actually Ravel Eat Map. So that red area, that area that I'm highlighting right here is actually Ravel Morrison's Eat Map. Those are the areas that Ravel has most of his touches. Those are the areas that Ravel has most of his touches. But the thing is, the problem that we're having is this now. Instead of Ravel coming to this area to float around, let me clear it off. This is the area that we wanted Ravel to be in. Because Ravel was playing, let's be honest, people. Ravel was playing in the number 10 position. And in the number 10 position. Okay, good. A number 10 position, these are the areas that the number 10 normally dominates. This is the position that we want Ravel to dominate. But either so, because of our midfield quality, this is the position that Ravel was dominating. But this is the area that we wanted him to dominate. So this would be Ravel in the number 10. These are the areas that we want Ravel to dominate, to provide due assistance to the attacking third. So one thing we know about this, we learned from this game, is that we should definitely play Ravel Morrison in the number 8 / double pivot, not as a number 10. Not a number 10. Demar said, according to Ravel's stats, I gave him a 7. 7, according to his stats. Remember, no, it's a team performance, Chris Smith. Not because his stats are actually good, means you're going to disband what the entirety of the team does. Jairus, Dean Burton, 4 goals took us to the World Cup, and I never heard anybody give him respect. He was Sportsman of the Year that year without Dean Burton goal against the USA, assisted by Paul Hall. Giovanni Brown said, look like him blind. What did I skip everything? Did I skip? I'm hoping that I don't skip everything, people. Okay, so Mark said, does Whitmore show these tactical lessons to the players as a way to support the play? You'd be really I'm surprised to know that a lot of these players are very, very intelligent and smart tactically. But I do think I cannot say anything other than saying that this Theodore Whitmore does this. I cannot say anything other than that. It's a must. Ravel tried, and the rest of the players make him look bad. Guys, we don't want to throw everything on the rest of the players. It's a team effort. Football is a team game. We cannot say that Ravel was this good and then the team was that bad. We cannot do that. Football is a team effort. It was the entire team that played bad, people. We have to be respectful. It's a must that we be respectful, people. Ravel needs to play where he played in the Saudi Arabia game. I think he played as a number 8. The problem is now, if we're going to play Ravel as a number 8, it means that we're going to have to change the system to a 4-3-3, because you don't want to play Ravel in the double pivot, especially in certain type of games where you want to dominate the midfield area. Barnett said, are you saying he's a deep line roamer because he can't be a deep line playmaker because I can't see didn't see creativity. All right. It was not this is the thing about it, Barnett. For you to be creative, right? You have to have someone to create. You have to have someone to create it too. So if the strikers are not making the forward movements, if the midfielders, the attacking players are not making those forward movements, the wingers, the strikers, you won't be able to create much. You won't be able to create much. That's a big problem. So because I see at one point he was really getting at Javon East because Javon East wanted to make an inside run and he came short for the ball, in which that's not what he wanted. He wanted to play the ball over the top, but Javon East up to come short and he didn't even control the ball properly. Chris Smith said English-based players took us to France 98. Remember that the 4 goals in the 4 games that Dean Burton scored took us there. Of course, Chris Smith, but people don't want to look at that. People don't want to see that. He had to come military. Lambert nor Speed not passing the ball. That is the thing. That is the reason why he had to come. I'm not saying that he didn't. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. Based on the circumstance of the game. The Japanese under 24 teams play to their strength, speed, and technical ability, and that's so. That's obviously so. Of course, that's 100%. And the problem, is that Marlon, even the mere fact that they are playing with this speed and technical ability, at least we should have tried and let's slow the game down, not play at their pace. Let's play at our pace. I could see that's what something Ravel was doing. Creating turnovers, keeping the ball position, retaining the position of the ball. You could definitely see that. Now, people, the last thing I want to touch on, I'm going to move away from the tactical talk. Let's cover the last essence of what Ravel did. Let me see here. Let me find it. Where did I put it? Okay, so let me run through the final areas of what Ravel did. So we had a total of 50 touches, people. 40 passes out. 40 passes. A total of 40 passes. 50 touches. 40 passes completed. Passing accuracy 92%. Backward pass 20 backward passes. Passes into the final third 9. Passes to the side 8. Forward pass into the dangerous area. No, foul, just not normal forward passes, which are 9. Passes to the midfield. He had 4. Link up play between midfielders, which was he had 2 with Lambert and 1 with Speedy. 2 with Lambert, 1 with Speedy, and who was the other person? I think it was Turgot when Turgot came across the other side. And then he made 4 tackles, completing 3 of them. With a 60%. He had two recovery attempts and winning 1 of them. He made 3 dribble attempts, completing 2 out of them. That's like 75% dribbles completion. He got fouled 5 times. He committed 2 fouls. He lost possession 3 times, and he passed the ball backward pass to the ball to the keeper 3 times. So those are Ravel stats, and I can tell you these are actually good stats. These are fairly good stats for what did finishing the game with 40 passes and 50 touches, 40 passes. And in a game like this, that's an high intensity game in which we had no possession at all. I think we had a total of about maybe 100 and something passes, and Ravel had like 30% of our passing ratio. Ravel had like about 30% of our passing ratio. And these are good stats. These are fairly good stats. So let's move away, people. We're going to move away from Ravel Morrison now. I think that is more than enough to complete the Ravel Morrison talk and what he did in game, his tactical analysis. Hopefully, guys learn something from that. I know it's let me be honest. It's what I saw, it's what I analyzed, and I wrote it down from that, and I did my review and my homework and my research from that. Now, if anyone believes that I am incorrect, you guys can do your own research and definitely post it on your social platform, and we can discuss it. Post it and tag me in it, and we can definitely discuss it. So if you guys do believe that it is different from what I put up there, just post it on your social platform and tell me what you think. Karim, who said, they say the coaching staff know what to do. How we never make any adjustments. I'm surprised that we didn't. So, for example, like last night, right, when I was watching the Reggae Girls playing, you could definitely see that we were playing against a better team. But it was clear as daylight the system that the reggae girls were playing. What they wanted to do, you could see that clearly what they wanted to do and what they were trying to do. That was evident. We just got beat by a better team. Against the Japan under 24 team, we got beat and we didn't perform. We didn't do anything. We couldn't cope. Giovanni said, look how much passes the centre back made. Speeding or Lambert was coming for the ball. Ravel was the most consistent one receiving the ball from the centre back. And at that point in time, I started to wonder if Ravel was actually the CDM. Ray Baba said, what Tapa do you, bro? No, Tapa didn't do me anything. And I know he was not on the sideline because he had issues, stomach issues. I know about that. I was not putting this on Tapa. I was not putting this on Tapa. I was not putting this on Tapa. I'm talking about the coaching staff. Remember, we have a coaching staff, right? Rav is more a box-to-box now. Yeah, he's a box-to-box. Karim said, Ravel looks more comfortable coming from deep for the ball like Thiago. But it means that we're going to need a creative player. It possibly could be Daniel Johnson. Giovanni Brown said, look like Jerome did blind. He wasn't watching the game. I'm not sure. Karim, you said modern day number 10 or attacking midfielder have to be an athlete. Can't be no luxury player anymore. You have to can run. That's of course. That is the reason why number 10, then if that's the case, it more be like a number 8. And everyone agree with that. Luton Fire said, yes, be respect. It's about this program. Zin, of course, we have to be respectful, man. We have to be respectful. We're not killing the players. We're not killing the coach. But we're highlighting some of the issues that we as fans, or me as a fan, was watching the game and that's what I saw. So I'm highlighting these things. Remember, people, these are views expressed by me. So these are up for debate. I have no problem debating them. People. So a lot of people might say that I'm wrong. I don't know football. I have no problem debating it as well. Because there's one specific person on Facebook that I engage in a debate with about football. And I'm going to show you guys, the football that the conversation that we got engaged in. And what he said. So I'm going to show you guys. I posted it on my Twitter feed. And I started to wonder if this is the mentality that we want to go forward with in our football in the country. And it's quite poor. It's quite weak because if these are the mentality that we have, for your team to be creative, you have to identify how you want to attack your opponent. And we didn't try that. We definitely didn't try that. We were using a Ravel Morrison in number 10 system, and at the end of the day, there wasn't any cohesiveness around that number 10 system for him to be creative, and because none of the attackers were actually moving in sync with what he was trying to do. All the players are Jamaican. We need to get rid of this mentality about English-based players. They are more committed than our Jamaican-born players. Marlon, from the information I've gotten, these guys will die for the opportunity to play in the World Cup for Jamaica. Sian also said Tapa was sick, be a human. It was not a life or death game. Sian, I was not. That is the thing, Sian. Sian, I was not beating on Tapa. I was showing deficiencies. I was showing deficiencies. If you think I'm here beating Tapa, you need to go. That's it. You need to go because you're here different. Immediately you're here defending Tapa. You put up a black screen defending Tapa. I'm not beating Tapa, Sian. I'm just highlighting deficiency in the gameplay. That's what I'm doing. I'm highlighting what Ravel Morrison did on the day. This is not about this is not about Tapa. This stream is not about Tapa. This stream is about Ravel Morrison and his tactical insight. So, Sian, if you believe that I'm out for Tapa, let me tell you, Sian. I am actually out for Tapa, but this today is not about Tapa. I'm watching Tapa, Sian. So Tapa better turn up. We have Gold Cup coming up. He has to turn up. Stuart Senior said Ravel was good. under 23. What was Jamaican approach against Japan under 23? I honestly think that maybe we're trying to play a possession-based football. I honestly think so, but I think we were surprised based off what Japan turned up and how they were playing. Chris Smith said, a lot of people that talking don't even know what 98 after the 6th from World Cup with the local base players. People gave up when the English players came in and we didn't lose a game. These guys did great. Big up Marlon, bless up. Karum said, military going to how you score a goal against any opponent. That is the thing. Every team has their own system and philosophy. Every team has an identity of how they want to score a goal. Every single team. Now, to go back to the tactical board. Now, you in football, you have first ball, second ball, even third ball. You know you're going to play against some team that play ball, a lot of aerial ball. So you're going to try to win second ball. If they're physical, if they have a lot of physical players, like tall players over 6 foot, you definitely should try win first and try win second ball because they would be first to the ball. Now, in line of play, you pick up the first ball. You try your best to outplay your opponent. You look for your opponent's weakest link, weakest possibility. The Japanese play an high press football. High press football means that most of the time their defenders was at the halfway line. How we could have scored, maybe use the channels. In between those channels, in between the fullbacks, the left fullback, the right fullback. Because both of those guys were pressing really, really high. Left Blair Turgot and Kamal Malcolm in those channels. What we do, we get the ball in midfield. If we retrieve the ball, we try best as possible to put the ball over the top in those channels. If we won't, because the defenders are slow. Their defenders are really, really slow. It's not as easily said than done. I know that. But attempt it, try it. But every team has their own system of how to score goal. Look at how the Chinese scored, the Japanese, why did I say Chinese? The Japanese scored their goal against us. Look at how the Japanese scored their goal against us. They play through the park. They play through the middle of the park because they know that there was no cohesiveness between Speedy and Kevin Lambert. So they played through the middle of the park. They overload the middle of the park. It forced Ravel to go wide. It forced all the players that we have to go wide because they were overloaded. They were compressed inside of the midfield area. And doing that, they left the wide areas of the pitch vacant. We should have utilized that opportunity. Photos of Jamaica said, it's really hard to criticize him based on stats from the game. Giovanni said, as bad as things be, Tapa wouldn't have never started Lambert and Speedy together. Big up Chris Smith from Sian said, the talent was weak around Ravel and he had a decent game. East, Lambert, Tull are good players, but not for top 8 CONCACAF team right now. And Demar said, JFF appointed Andrew Peart as head of coaching school. I'm gonna have to check that out. So guys, let me go over to a particular team, something that we were discussing, people. Okay, so guys, this is someone that I get in a bit of spat with someone on Twitter on Facebook, right? And he said that he said that on his team lineup, he preferred to use the local base player because he's one of the persons who talk about who calls the players rejects, who calls the English-based players reject. He's one of the person that call English-based players reject. That's what he said. And he said that none of these rejects are good. That's straight from his mouth. Now I told him that. I told him that you cannot approach football like that because you have to be respectable for players that want to play for you. You have to be respectful for them. He said that he didn't care. We should think about back in whatever 19 long and what the local players did. And I told him that footballers move way past 10 years of what you're talking about. So he said that this is his preferred lineup. That is exactly what he said. This is his preferred lineup, and he said that this lineup can take us to the World Cup. Let's look at the lineup, people. Let's have a look at the lineup. So we had Andre Blake in goal. We had Alvas Paul at right back. We have Mario Pandemian Low as centre back Piern. We have Kemar Tax Lawrence at left back. It's actually a 4-4-2. In the midfield, we had Bobby Reed and Ravel Morrison as the two all-in midfielder. Junior Flemings on the left side of the field. We had Leon Bailey over on the right-hand side, Corberk and Shamar Nicholson as striker. And he said that this starting lineup is a starting lineup that we should use to win the Gold Cup. And also the starting lineup, that definitely will be one. Let's go. Let me run through some of the comments. So that is the starting lineup that he said we should take to the World Cup qualifiers, and we will definitely get inside of the World Cup. Karim said, I want to see Ravel make long passes because that would break their press, especially the switch off play. They were pressing. That's something that I was considering, playing through the lines, breaking the lines, and also using the channels. Patrick said, okay, I'm sorry the coaching staff didn't have a plan. I'm not sure. They must have had a plan. They must have had a plan. Ray Baba said, maybe the JFF need to give Frank Lampard a look in. He knows how to build a solid team. Tapa a tactician. Guys, listen. What I'm doing here, these are my insights. I'm not saying I am not a coach, people. These are my insights. I am doing a course in tactical insight, analytics, football analytics. That is the reason why I have some idea about these things. Sian said, wait, not qualified to coach at that level, but he's liked. Poor coaching. I do think there's something to that. Real Madrid plays Cruz and Modric alongside Casemiro deep. The question is, are we good enough? Do we have any midfielder like Cruz, our Modric, our Casemiro? We don't have any midfielder like that. And think about it. These are the type of players that we want to play against. On Friday, the pool should be named. The document should go in today. Devon Williams said, you play football? Yes, I do play football, Devon. Marlon King said it, even though Dean Burton feel disrespected and not appreciated. Even though Dean Burton feel disrespected. Ooh, Delano Grant said, and that's not a good look. I never heard any Guna beating Tapa, but I watch many challenges beating Tapa. Demar, I do. Come on, Demar. I beat Tapa when Tapa deserved to get beaten. I beat Tapa for the previous game that we played. I can't even remember. Oh, that's how messed up I am. How many different ways we can attack our opponent? Attacking down the flank with crosses in box, direct style of play, direct style from back to back front, maybe combination pass through the goal. Which one are we doing? I think we wanted to do combination of play. That is the reason why he said Ravel coming so deep, trying to link up play. But what happened is that the fluency of passings were not there. The fluency of passing was it just wasn't there. We tried to pass our way through, in which I thought that we should try to break the line, break the press. We didn't have a central defensive midfielder who could break the press, so we struggled in those areas. Lincoln fans, big up. Unpopular opinion. Tapa a right man for the job. LOL. We'll see. Lincoln, we will see. Remember now, Lincoln. This is football now. We have our rights to an opinion. Stuart Sina said, let's just be honest. This team was far from our best team. Tilt is not good enough. Turgot is not good enough. Our two strikers are really not good because there is Nicholson, Gray, Roof, Antonio. But at the end of the day, well, we will see. To offer as a coach, but my biggest problem is game management. And I'm assuming exactly in the game that we played against Serbia is the game. Oh my word, I couldn't remember. In the game of playing in Serbia, I thought he could have made changes early in the game because the midfield was flat, and he upped to make change after we conceded the first goal, in which I thought was relatively poor from him. Karum said, "Where is Jamaica's strength in attack?" There was in that game, the individuals that were playing, you couldn't see them provocating us a sensible positive influence on the game in which we could say that we will score by playing like that. No one turned, no one tried to take a shot off goal, no one tried to get something going. Marlon said the fact is they didn't do their backroom check on the Japanese Under 24 team, so basically underestimating them. Ray Baba said, ha. Low, we all know, Big Gooner, you are the best. You will make him a better coach. Easy, Baba, easy. He's well educated. Good move by the JFF. But I think that is what that these are the struggles that we're facing, people. These are the struggles that we're facing. Tianira, big up our military, and I may disagree, but you always want to have facts over feelings. Yeah, because I bring the stats here now. I have the stats at hand, the Ravel Morrison stats at hand, so I have to give it a go. SK said hello from Japan. SK a trashing, and we have to take it, and we are going now. We're going to the tactics board, as you can see. We're back to the tactics, to the drawing board, trying to get back Anderson where we went wrong. Let's go. Owen said the rejects are ironically better than the local players. Lincoln fan said, who call the players reject? Lincoln fan, I wanted to go on my Twitter and you will see the name of the person. And I started to have a conversation with him, and he started to get disrespectful, started to use depletive languages at me, and so I had to end the conversation because it wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't learning anything from him. He wasn't learning anything from me. So I stopped the conversation. He started to get disrespectful. So I realized that he's that type of person. So I didn't even, the moment I saw him call the overseas based players, the Jamaican UK players rejects, I realized that I shouldn't even encounter in a conversation with him. So Lincoln fans, go and check my Twitter feed and you'll see the person's name. Whoa, so because people want to find excuse that Jerome Waite is the head coach now, it's not Whitmore anymore. I never see people can find excuse so much. Patrick Riley said local players don't cut it, sorry. Giovanni said he's just watching the team for the first time then. The local players are break Jamaicans. Well, no, Jerome Swaby. I'm Jermaine Swaby. My bad. My apologies. What's happening? Him not have no sense. You have top footballers like Antonio, who was rejected by JFF before he made a name for himself. It's when Antonio make him name for himself, they want to run in. Karim said, question our present day squad is better than the 1994 squad. Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. I'm not sure. I think this is possibly our golden era. Maybe. So we are. It's difficult because there's so much players of low quality. There's so much players of low quality. I cannot say that 98 squad, that 94 squad was actually a good squad. I cannot say. It's difficult to say because that 94 squad came really, really close. Marlon said the person who you had a conversation with military has no love or care about Jamaican football. That seems to be the case. Melvin Levy said, although Guna is not beating Tapa right now, he deserves some beating for still trying with the players that he considered as his soldiers who are not good. Melvin, I'm willing to beat any player right now, Melvin. I'm willing to beat any player right now. Jason said smoking rum. Smoking rum. Jason Ferran, smoking rum, right? Karim who said, military guna. You really think Jamaica going to win the Gold Cup? Depends on the squad that we field. Remember now, I'll be doing a Gold Cup stream, maybe in the next 2 weeks or so. I won't do the Gold Cup stream now. The Gold Cup stream that I'll be doing is to cover the entire Gold Cup teams, all the Gold Cup teams, and predicting, do the league table predicting. I think that's someone that everyone is doing that, but I'm gonna do it mine with a different style. You guys know I love to do it because I'm going to cover like how the team plays, the system style of plays, and all those type of things. That's how I do my thing. And then we're going to analyze the coach's success, previous success, and all those type of things. Do you think if Southgate had problems and not on the bench, do you think that the assistant coach would be getting the blame? No, Southgate would get the blame. Christmas Southgate. Jero said Roof and Antonio better than Nicholson and Burke. No disrespect to them. Kevin Reed said he's on drugs. Demar said, this man don't want to see Jamaica at World Cup. With this lineup, I think he's just want to cheer on other nations. Well, I'm not sure. That's what he said. He said that's the best team. I'm so way back in the chat, people. Big up Devon Wilson class time. I'm going to class now. So Patrick Riley said Kevin Stewart will start over Cousins. Ray Baba said, Millie, did anyone find out why Tapper wasn't on the sideline? Was it Jermaine who was calling the shots? Yes, Jermaine was calling the shots, and Tapper had a stomach problem, Baba. Tapper had a big stomach problem. So that's the reason I was on the sideline. Karim said, Military Guna, you are charged to create an identity for Jamaican football. What will it be? Ooh. I think, let's be honest, one of the most outstanding system or style of play in Jamaican football right now is the pressing, not Jamaican, well, in the world right now, is the pressing system, the Johan Cruyff pressing system, Johan Cruyff tiki-taka. So, for a person like Marcelo Bielsa, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, we know that it will be difficult because club football is totally different from international football. But if I am charged with that duty, I am starting with schoolboy football because that is where everything starts from. I'm starting at schoolboy football. Schoolboy football, Division 1, Major League, Super League, or and then the Premier League. All of these systems will definitely need to play similar style of football, like the Germany, the France, the Spain, the Brazil. All of these footballing identity are from grassroots, embedded inside of the country. So that particular system and philosophy is how the national team operates. So I would try to identify a particular system. And let's be honest, it's now the technical based players are the best players across the world. So we have to go into the technical aspect of football, the tiki-taka style of football, high press tiki-taka style of football, something similar to what maybe Pep Guardiola does. Things similar to that. But it will take a lot of work, maybe years of work. Theo Nero said, when are we going to get the Gold Cup roster list? I'm not sure. I think it's out. Isn't it out as yet, Theo? No, Bermuda, we need to find out about the other teams that's coming in. Patrick Riley said, I think technically this team might be better military than the 90th squad. Wow. Technically. I'm not sure, Patrick. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm definitely not sure. What if the Gold Cup squad is a full-born Jamaican squad? That's a good question, Marlon. That is a good question. What if the Gold Cup squad is a full-born Jamaican squad? Karim said, call out the team, ANC good. Carlton said to Milter, do you do a show here? We pick a 23-man squad with the best Jamaican players and the best English-born players that you think should make the 23-man squad. Carlton, that's a good idea. And I will definitely do that. And then do a comparison, right? I'll definitely do that and do a comparison. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. And I will do that, Carlton. I will do that. Maybe not a live stream. I don't think a live stream. I won't do it in a live stream. I won't do it. Maybe a live stream where some of you guys can put in an input on it as well. Ray John Williams said, Guna, I think the assistant coach told Tapper that he was going to start that side against Japan. Tapper must have known the team that was going to start. No drawing board. Tapper saw all he wanted. The next time they will play, we will be amazed. Up full. Big up, Baba. I would want to play like how Germany plays. Technical efficiency, team press. Lincoln fan said, nothing is wrong with the lineup. However, the English-based players will play in a vital role in the Jamaica Gold Cup push. So, Lincoln fans, do you believe that this lineup can take us into the World Cup? Can play the World Cup? No, because Lincoln fan, this guy said, this is a team. This is a particular team that he would want to see in the World Cup. If he wants to see he'd want to see this team in the World Cup qualifiers, and also he'd want to see this team in the World Cup. Do you believe that this particular team can get us into the World Cup and participate inside of the World Cup? So Roof and those guys, Jamalo and those guys, Andre Gray and those guys would actually be on the bench. That is what he's saying. So he has Nicholson and Corberg over Andre Gray. So this is what his team selection has: Nicholson and Corberg over Andre Gray, Mikel Antonio, Kemar Roof. Theo said football has gone leaps and bounds since 1998 Milton. So you're probably right. This squad might be just better than the 98 squad. Football has gotten quicker. Teams have improved dramatically. That's true. Yeah, I think I agree. I agree with you guys. I totally agree with you guys. It has improved significantly, and a technical aspect of things, because if you guys should hear about the senior players speak about football as well, like Thierry Henry and those guys. They spoke about the now versus the back then. There's a strong possibility in that. Given said, I can pick a dangerous squad with only Yardman. Guys, you what I want you guys to do. Everyone, create a starting lineup of local born players. Create a starting lineup of local born players and overseas and overseas players. Reggae Boyz, English-based Reggae Boyz. Create two teams, right? I want you guys to tag me on my Instagram or my Twitter, and the next time I'm doing a show, we're going to bring up everyone's team. Just tag me and put your name on it. We're going to bring up everyone's team. So do that, people. Tag me and put your name on it. I'm going to bring it up on the show, and we're going to run through all of the teams. So let's see who has the best team. We're going to see who has the best team. That's what I'm going to do. So guys, build a team, and we're going to discuss it on the show live. So let's see some of you guys ball knowledge. Dave R said, military, my bro, let's be honest. If Tapper been the coach of a 3-year project and they playing like this, then there's an argument for him to go, including the JFF. That's rough. Everton said, big up Everton. Military, tell me how Cruyff invented tiki-taka. Brazil, no, I said Cruyff system, the Johan Cruyff system, the tiki-taka system. I separated them. I separated the Johan Cruyff system from the tiki-taka system. The Johan Cruyff system from the tiki-taka system. And let's let you know that the tiki-taka system is a part of the Johan Cruyff system. Bear in mind that the MSN, the Messi, Neymar, Suarez time, during that time period, the Xavi and the Iniesta, those guys, they were playing the Johan Cruyff system under Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola played the Johan Cruyff system, and Pep Guardiola played tiki-taka football. If you didn't know about that, Pep Guardiola learned from Bielsa, the pressing system. Pep Guardiola learned from Bielsa, and he used the Johan Cruyff tiki-taka system. The Johan Cruyff system and also the tiki-taka system. Okida Johnson said, I'm late. Fabian Full, why don't we? Oh, I missed that. In my opinion, it's a good team, but 11 players can't do it. You need 23 more players to compete. Okay. Wow. I would love to. Well, if you think that team can do it, all right. Lincoln fans, let me show you some. Let's look at this team, right? We have Leon Bailey, right? We have Junior Flemings, we have Bobby Reed, and we have Ravel Morrison in the midfield area. Now, who's going to hold the midfield? Who's going to screen the defense line? Who would be that person to screen the defense line? All the midfield. That's the first issue that I'm going to highlight. So we're playing against a Mexico who's going to dominate possession of the ball. When we get the slightest chance, if we get one opportunity out of Shamar Nicholson, Core Burke, Andre Gray, Mikel Antonio, or Kemar Roof, which one of those 4 and 5 strikers would you want that one chance to fall to? Agreed, Everton. John Doe said football don't play on paper. Ray Baba said no one mentioned Jerome. Was he that flaw? It seemed he didn't have a clue. I didn't know. I didn't know. People are people. Well, I didn't know. Jeremy said, LOL military, easy, no? Yeah, encourage some youth to embarrass themselves with them foolishness. No, remember now, Jeremy said, every one of us are smart. We all have our own idea of how football should be. We all have our own idea of how football should be. So I'm open to see other people's idea. I'm really open to see other people's idea. Demar said, glad Alva's Pole training with a team we have problem at right back. We do. Sian said, good team, but not good enough to beat Costa Rica, Mexico, and USA. I would replace Mops with Moore. Low replace Fleming. Antonio replace Burke. So even Sian does not agree with that starting lineup. I don't agree with the segregation. All the players are Jamaicans. Why are we trying to cause conflict? The best, nothing less. The best 11, nothing less. Totally agree. And let me run through some of the comments. I didn't even know that how I run past so fast. Military, this dude is delusional. People like him are so close-minded. Flemings can't even go to the Europe. Can't even go to the Europe. Make a team can even make a MLS team. Come on now. Make a team even. Struggling with that one. People said Andre Gray. People said Roof. Jeremy and Sog said Damian Lowe. Patrick Riley said Roof. Everton said, first thing we need to stop calling them Englishman. They are Jamaicans, point blank and period, no separation. All right, thank you for that. Everton. Mikel Antonio, Andre Gray, and Kemar Roof, I would want a chance to fall to. People, Andre Gray is clinical. He takes his chances, yeah? So people, Theo said, that's what I like about you, military. You're open-minded to other people's opinion. You're not like some other people. Theo, this is what I do. Everyone has an opinion on how football is. Everyone view football different. So, for example, I might not agree with Theodore Whitmore's philosophy or ideology about football, but in the same sense, I have to respect what he does because he has his reasons behind what he believes is the right thing. No, for me to say to everyone in the chat that you guys should create your starting 11, your English, your local, and also your players that are playing local football and your players that are playing overseas football, with the Reggae Boyz that are playing overseas football. This is giving us an idea This is giving us an idea of what everyone's mind frame is at and how we view football. I love other people's opinion on football. I don't want people to think that I am here forcing my opinion and my how I view football on everyone. I want everyone to have a balanced perspective of what football is and how we go about. The first thing, before I even started this stream, start speaking about Ravel Morrison, I said that these stats that I gathered are from work that I done, the research that I done. I spent like about 10 hours doing this research, the entire yesterday. I was watching a lot of football. I was rewatching the game, pausing the game, taking my notes, writing down things. That's what I did yesterday. I did that before I did the stream. So that is what I did. So I did this and I said, people, this is what Ravel Morrison did. In the same sense, I highlighted what Ravel Morrison did by a statistical element of his game. Then now what I did, I highlighted what the eye test showed me, and that is how I could develop the heat map. So it's good for us to have a balanced point of view. Everyone has an opinion. Now, when I was speaking with the same guy, even though he was really, really disrespectful to me, calling me all different sorts of names, being extremely disrespectful, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I spoke to him and said, okay, I understand your opinion of football, but we should be mindful that he wanted to come on my show to come and disrespect me. I said, no, I cannot do that. My show is a family friendly show. Kids watch my show. No, I don't do that. That's what I tell him. But in the same sense, you have to be respectful. Everyone has an opinion of football. Everyone understands football and a different viewpoint. And that's how football is, Theo. I respect that comment, Theo. People, guys, remember, come on. I can bet you guys that you're not hitting the like button. Guys, remember to smash the like button. Smash the like button, people. Remember to smash the like button. Guys, I'm seeing like 60 or 70 persons watching and only 54 likes. Let me run through some more. Everyone is saying they want a chance to drop the roof. High Speed Chaser said, listen, all I'm saying is that these black brothers from Premiership and also Championship are starting to represent Jamaica. Please, love from London. Time to you guys to rise. Oh, love from London. Big up High Speed Chaser. Thank you for coming in. A lot of respect. And Ravel as double central with DJ in the number 10. Low do the rough parts and Ravel take it from there to Bailey, Bobby, and whichever forward we use. We're going to use what we have. But remember that Luton Fire. Remember that Kevin Stewart is now arguable one of the players that are going to come in. So we have to consider how we're going to structure the midfield. Patrick Riley said, I'm saying Flemings can make an MLS team, bro. Okay, understood. Karim Grant said, Flemings played a really well last Gold Cup. He was the only one driving the team forward. Stuart Sina said, Flemings had the most foul against him in the last Gold Cup. How can he not be good as he's young and want to showcase? He's good enough. Question, if the local players don't want the English players in the squad, why don't they try and improve themselves? If they are holding down their position, no one can replace him. Ooh. That's because people are saying that I am trying to bring across negativity. And I'm not. I'm honestly not. I want to open people's eyes to what's happening with the football in the country. That's what I'm trying to do. We love the English-based players because they didn't have to do what they did. And there's no separation. That's why we want a mixture of squad. Not one-sided team either way. Flo King said, be brave, boss. We have a good team. Let's see. I have a feeling it's a local. It was a local player in disguise. Formula Sports said, big up Formula Sports. Andre Gray would be starting centre forward if he had speed. He has lost a step in my opinion. What a player he would be for us if he was still quick. So who would be a starting striker then? Formula Sports. Military Guna, if we had a development system, we would have mastered this JFF system. True. But because there's no development system, Karum said, Military Guna, I don't want nobody to come on the program and this my boss. Thank you for that, Karum. No, it's not. He was in comments on Facebook. He was so disrespectful in his comments. So disrespectful. Using depletive words. And we were having a honest conversation. He has his opinion and I have my opinion. And we're having an honest opinion. Military, we all beat the coaching staff. It's the players' duty and responsibility to go out and go out on the field and give their best performance. If you want to be a part of the team, true. They should give a proper account of themselves. I honestly agree with that. Luton Fire said Low would play the stationary central, kind of like a Patrick Vieira style, rough and mad. And Ravel move it around with DJ. Reed and Leon, Ravel and DJ is a work also. So we have some warriors. Yeah, we do have some warriors. Our tacklers as well, as we saw in the last game from Low. Very, very hard tacklers. A military, I live in the UK, Europe for over a decade. British born Jamaican does not, let me repeat, does not identify with the part of the world only and all is Jamaica they see themselves as. That's nice. Carlton said, people keep saying we don't want English players. Nobody's saying that. It's too much, them I say. We'll see. People, I've hit the 1.5 hour mark. Thank you guys, everyone who tuned in. A lot of respect, people. I did a lot of coverage on this stream was actually for I didn't even realize that we went so far away from from Ravel. So guys, let me run through the highlights of Ravel Morrison's performance. Highlights, his stats, his database, so you guys can use this if you guys are in an argument with anyone. These are actually facts from the Ravel Morrison performance. He had 50 touches. He completed, he attempted 40 passes with a pass completion of 92%. He made 20 backward passes, 9 passes inside of the final third. Made 9 forward passes, which is passing in advanced stages. Pass to midfielders, yeah, 3 passes to midfielder combination passes. He completed 4 tackles. He attempted 2 recoveries with 1 of them. He attempted 3 dribbles, completing 2 of them. He got fouled 5 times. He committed 2 fouls. He lost possession 3 times, and he passes the ball to the keeper 3 times as well. So these are Ravel Morrison stats. This is the reason why I did this stream for Ravel Morrison. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I really appreciate the time you guys took out of your day to come here and have this discussion. A lot of respect, people. Big up everyone who come into the chat. Definitely, I do respect you guys. Thank you everyone who's coming in. Respect everyone, guys. Remember the Billiard Squad. Everyone's coming. Big up, people. Everybody, thank you for coming through. I've been here over an hour and a half now. A lot of respect, people. Peace out, people. Please, people, enjoy your day and stay safe. Please stay safe, people. We know the country.